Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from PocketNow.com. If you've got a smartphone, you probably use your mapping application all the time. They are so handy for finding directions to places, for getting traffic info, for finding nearby coffee shops and restaurants. The list goes on and on. They are so powerful and they're so useful thanks to GPS. And these days, smartphones get GPS fixes in like a second. So the phone knows where you are and it can provide a ton of location-based services based on your location. Google Maps is now available on the web. We're going to take a look at it in this video. Let's get to it. So right now, Google Maps on Android and iOS are different, and it's a lot better actually on Android, which makes sense because Google makes Android, and Google Maps is also a product of Google, obviously. So we've got added features like this awesome two-finger scroll, which allows us to pivot the map and then turn it. We've also got a really cool way to see the tops of buildings if we get close to an area. These buildings will sort of rise out of the ground, but you have to be in the right place to do it. So we'll go over here. And this really helps you to be precise when you're trying to navigate and you are on the ground somewhere. And here are the buildings over here, and we can get closer and you can see just this 3D view of these buildings, and if you tilt it, it looks so futuristic and so awesome to be able to look at a map in this way. And of course from here we can turn on various layers. Through this button here we can turn on traffic, take a look at the conditions on the road, we can turn on satellite view, terrain, and even go to more layers to get different ones that are available for Google Maps. Very helpful. You can even use Street View on this. The iOS version is very similar. It's got some similar capabilities except for those few that were just mentioned. Another thing that the Android app does that iOS does not do is turn-by-turn speech navigation. So it'll actually tell you where to go, and it'll be like a real navigation, like a Garmin or another standalone GPS device right on your dashboard. So definitely in terms of Google Maps, Android has iOS beat, but now they've released a version of Google Maps for the web that levels the playing field. So we're going to go to the web browser on both of these devices. And here we go. And the interface is exactly the same, except that in Android, of course, you get a little bit more space on the bottom here because in iOS you have this bar down here. So they're basically the same. We're going to move the iPhone away so we can talk about the interface here on the Android phone. So very simple. It doesn't even have pinch to zoom. You might be wondering, why would I use the web app version if I could just use the regular app, the native app that has all the features? We're going to talk about that in a sec. But first, in order to use this, you have to use these on-screen controls, which feels kind of last year, really. And up here we've got some buttons. We can search, obviously, for a nearby coffee shop after pressing the little compass there, which will find your location using GPS on your phone. We've got layers, just like we have on the regular app, and right now it's got a layer for a location that I found. You can also turn on satellite view, turn that off, and it's very similar to what you get in terms of the regular mobile app. Over here to the right is history, so you can drill in and see where you've been and where what you've searched for. And to the right we've got some other bits of information. Get directions. This won't do the turn-by-turn based navigation, unfortunately. You got to go to the app to do that. And then we can go to My Maps. You can clear map to remove any markers that you might have, and you can sign out of your account and get help. Now, you might be wondering, why would I want to use Google Maps in the web when I can just go to the regular app and get all the features? Here's why. So let's go to a website, and interestingly, it hides the address bar unless you open it up by pressing the menu key. And we're in Android, of course. So Google.com, let's say you are searching for something. Let's say you're searching for pizza, and it knows where you are, as is the case with Google.com on a mobile device. And we scroll down, and we see a map, right? And we say, okay, here's a pizza place we want to go to. So you click on that, and then you get an entry for maps. And if you tap on maps, you'll get a choice. You want to use the internet, or do you want to open up the maps application? Well, if you go to the internet, it keeps everything in the same program. Really not that big of a deal, to be honest. To open up the mobile app, you can do that from that previous screen anyhow. But this just makes the workflow a little bit more streamlined, so you're not bouncing in and out of multiple applications. So that's Google Maps on the web. It's very simple, and it kind of lacks a lot of features. They really need to add more features to make it be as compelling as it is in the application that you can run sort of by itself. So let us know what you think about Google Maps on the web. Try it on your Android or iOS device. Give us some feedback and let us know what you think about it, and if it's something that you would actually use. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. That's it for now.